everyone? Welcome back to another edition of What's Happening Now. Hey, as always, remember to like, share, and comment on this broadcast live, as there could be information not only useful to yourself, but to perhaps a family or friend member. Hey, tonight's broadcast is being brought to you by Will Technology. Will Technology provides a host of array of government technology programs, management, and innovation solutions to various federal government agencies, including the U.S. military and NASA. So tonight in the studio, we have a very, very special guest with us. I have Miss Miraculous. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Outstanding. So tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, and if you don't mind, start off with your age.
I am 16 years old. I am the CEO of Miraculous Creations by Miraculous. I strive to enhance the beauty that everyone possesses, both inside and out, as we are all imperfectly perfect. My goal is to motivate you when you're down, encourage you when you are lost.
And man, I tell you what, if that ain't an introduction for you guys, I don't know what is. I actually met Miracle at one of the Dream to Dare Awards, hosted by Latoya Whitfield. And I tell you what, that presentation that she had there and the pitch that she gave during those awards was phenomenal. I was really impressed with her. I was really impressed with her poise, her professionalism, and everything. And we actually have a few of the things here, and we'll get to that. So tell our viewers a little bit, how did you get started?
I actually started Miraculous Creations at the age of 13. I always had an entrepreneur mindset, and I knew that when I got older, I wanted to sell things. I didn't know what at the time, but I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And for my birthday, my mom actually got me a die cut machine, which I started making shirts. And then I went on to growing into having my own clothing line.
At the age of 13,
yes.
I tell you what, at 13, I was still trying to fix my bicycle, trying to figure out how I'm going to get down the road. I had a flat tire. Not becoming no entrepreneur was on my mind at that age. I mean, that's such a young age. You know, what drove you to that? What was that made you say, you know what? I want my own business, and I'm not working for nobody because I'm going to sell my own products.
I really think being told I couldn't, once I brought the idea up actually to a teacher, I told them, I said, I want to be an entrepreneur. And I was told, you're too young. And I think that registered in my head and was like, no, I'm never too young to make money. So I went on to owning my own business.
I love it. I love it. You know, the thought of someone trying to tell you you can't do something or you're not able to do something and you went out and did it anyway is important. It is important. So you're 13, you're 16 now, correct?
Yes, sir.
You've been doing this since you was 13. How do your peers in school react to you?
A lot of people actually look up to me, and I like to tell people that I'm a normal person. I don't want to be looked at as different simply because we are all the same when it comes down to the basics. So I don't want to be treated any differently than anybody else.
Right. So we got a few of your I got some photos here. If I can get the producer to click through. So this is Miraculous Creations emblem logo. That's what it looks like. If you can go to that next photo, producer. So talk to me a little bit. What's happening here with this photo? What's going on here?
This photo is actually from Alabama A&M's homecoming fashion show with Ward Modeling Troupe.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a featured teenage designer in the show.
Okay. All right. Next photo. And I'm sure this is still part of that as well.
Sir. I had about 21 models actually in this show.
Wait a minute. 21 models?
Yes, sir. My goal is to go big or go home.
You had 21 models? How does...
Yes, sir.
We're going to come back to that. Let's go to that next photo there, producer. Yes. Okay. So what's taking place here? Is this still at A&M?
Yes, sir. That's from A&M's fashion show as well.
Okay. Next photo.
That's another one.
All right. Next one.
That one's from actually walking the Hamptons with the Royal Umbrella.
Okay.
So yeah, we did that fashion show as well.
Next one.
That's another one from Hampton Farms, walking to Hampton.
All right, next one. That's just a collaboration of everyone.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, I tell you what, thank you, producer. Let's go back a little bit to these 21 models.
Yes, sir.
You organize and put together and search for 21 models on your own?
No, so actually, I'm given a list and I get to choose. So I'm not told to have 21 models. Normal people would probably choose 10, but I think once I see everybody, I'm like, I can do it. And I'm normally the youngest.
Man, I tell you what, I have a problem trying to organize 5, 6 grandchildren, let alone 21 kids to do a fashion show. My grandson come in here and I was like, hey, could you sit right here? And he's pew, 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 he's everywhere. But yet you were able to get these models together to model your clothing, your design at a fashion show, no less. What was that like?
I feel like in the moment it's surreal. It's kind of like, okay, I'm 16 years old and I'm putting models on the runway. It's a lot of 16-year-olds that's not able to do that type of stuff. So I'm excited. The adrenaline is always pumping.
Shoot, 16-year-olds can't do it. I know some 60-year-olds who can't do that. I don't even think I can do that, to put some models on the runway and manage them and have the choreographing on them and the clothing, changing clothes. I watched a few runway shows and I see what those models go. They're like, man, that's tough. That is tough. But
Yes.
Here it is that you were managing that and making that happen for yourself. Where do you get this drive from, this inspiration?
Actually, my mom.
Okay.
She has always pushed me to do whatever. If I said, Mom, I want to go rock climbing, she will find a way to take me rock climbing. My mom has always just fed into my inspiration and my goals.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Hey, viewers, those who are watching, those who are looking at there and seeing and listening to what this young lady is saying, take time to share this. Share this, share this, share this. Give it to other teenagers out there that that might be in that entrepreneurial spirit. They might have that drive. They know how to do a certain thing, because I tell you right now, Miracle is right here as a living testimony that you can do it. She started at 13. She's 16 now, and I don't think she plans on stopping, ladies and gentlemen. She don't plan on stopping, and I think this is going to be a name that we're going to be seeing here in the future, and you're going to say you saw it first right here on What's Happening Now with C&I Solutions. So, are you looking to expand your business?
I actually am. I want to have a store because I feel that having a store will bring people in and allow them to actually see firsthand me working my work. And I want to hold classes so that I can inspire other people my age and teach them.
Outstanding, outstanding. You don't hear too many of our youth, our young children at your age talking about they want to teach and inspire others, to do their best. And I think that is just phenomenal that you have that mindset that you'll want to do that. I love that. I love that. You remind me of myself when I was, a young whippersnapper back then, like this, but I wasn't really wanting to teach back then. I was still running those streets. I was crazy. But so do you look at trying to correct those who you see who are trying to become entrepreneurs like yourself? Do you work with them and say, hey guys, y'all doing that a little bit wrong? Or do you give them advice at that? And how do they receive your advice?
A lot of the times people come to me with advice because in a lot of instances they expect me not to give advice, but coming from not having anybody other than my mom, not having help, having to learn on my own, I kind of understand, to help others, because that'll help you a long way. Not helping people won't allow your business to prosper.
Outstanding. I tell you what, viewers, if you have not had a chance to sit down with this young lady, please do. I mean, reach out to her. How can people reach out to you? How can someone buy some of your garments? Is this an original? Is this yours?
Actually, I styled this.
Okay.
I also style clothing. I love fashion. It makes me happy.
Outstanding, outstanding. So, how can someone see some of your work and get a hold of you if they want to purchase something?
They can message me on Instagram at Miraculous Creations 15.
Miraculous Creations 15. Y'all heard that, right? Instagram, Miraculous Creations 15. So where are you getting to a website yet? Have you gotten to a website yet?
A website is actually coming soon.
All right. Hey, viewers, those who are out there here, those who are technically savvy, and those who know people who are doing that, she needs help with a website, and we need to get her some help. Because I tell you what, if you know, like I know, the children are the future, right? And CNI Solutions is all about the kids. We love the kids, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to help Miraculous get her a website. We're going to help her get started because I want everyone in the country to know about this young lady. I want them to see her garments. I want them to know what everything that she's doing, because you don't find people like this and you don't shun them away when they need help. And that's what we're going to do, because we're all about supporting our community. We're all about uplifting the community. And I tell you what, we're going to uplift you. We're going to hold you high on that pedestal because you are well deserving of this. I mean, very well deserving of this. So, is there any siblings in the house? Any brothers or sisters? You the only child? How's that work?
I am the youngest of 4 on my mom's side.
Wow. So, how do our older siblings take that my youngest sister is an entrepreneur and business owner, and as you say, your friends like to call it famous? How do they deal with that?
They actually are very supportive. When they talk to me on the phone when I'm up late making shirts or getting ready for fashion shows. My sister does my makeup when I need it done. They all come together and support me when I need it.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Folks, again, please take time to share and comment on this Facebook Live, because this broadcast, this has got to be one of the most interesting ones I've had so far, because I've never had someone so young with so much energy, with so much determination and so much poise. Just look at her. She's ready to take off. She is ready to take off. Does how do you handle adversity?
I pray.
Okay. All right. And that pulls you through it.
It does.
Outstanding. Outstanding. So when you're what's in the future for Miraculous Creations?
I plan to grow into more so educational and teaching that you can be an entrepreneur. It's not age. You can start at 10.
I love it. There is a young lady out here. Her name is Dr. Bev Jones. And what she is, she works with children entrepreneurs, right? And I'm going to link you guys up together, because I think she will be inspirational to help you also grow your brand and grow your business like this from her standpoint. And I think you have a story to tell. I think you have a story to tell. And as I was told just the other day by Black Authors Rock, that I need to put that story on paper. Well, I think you need to put your story on paper. And it's going to be worth reading by some other teenager out there who says, I can't do this, or I don't know how. But when they read your story and they read where you started from at the tender age of 13 and gone into 14, you're doing fashion shows and you got models, and you got 20 models and 21 models, whereas some people can't even get 2 models or 4 models. How about a mentor? Have you gotten a mentor? Do you work with a mentor?
I actually work with Nate and Danielle Williams.
Okay.
They have actually helped me so much along the way. I'll say this past year, that's when it actually has started to, I'll say, go up for me.
That's what it started to blow up when they got involved. You was like, oh no, this is getting heavy now. I'm getting out of my league or something like that. Do you do any traveling? Have you traveled places to do shows or runways?
Yes, sir. Actually, my first fashion show was in Atlanta.
Okay.
It was with the Royal Umbrella and Chaos Kids. I think the first show, it was nerve-wracking at first because I had never done a fashion show. I had been to a fashion show, but I've never done one. I had never thought about doing
Right.
one. And when the idea was presented to me to do it, I was like, my mom never lets me let an opportunity down. And of course, I was going to take it regardless. So I took it. We got on the road. We stayed up late the night before, but it was all worth it.
Wow. Wow. Hey, for some of our viewers out there, our young viewers who are watching, if you have any questions for Miss Nashay, please put it in the chat. Our producer will make sure that we get it, and she will get those questions answered for you, Most Ricky Tick, because we got her here. She's trapped. She can't go nowhere. She can't run from you. She can't say, my mama's calling me, because guess what? She's live right now, right? So put those questions in the chat, and she can get those answered for you the best way you can. So Miraculous Creations, who came up with that name?
It actually came to me in a dream.
Okay.
I don't know how it came, but I was looking for a business name. I knew I wanted a business, but I didn't have a business at the time. I got the name. I was dreaming, and it said, in my dream I heard it's gonna miraculously happen. So Miraculous Creations came from a dream.
Wow. Wow. Hey, it's kind of like what we say in our entrepreneur class, right? We have this thing what's called a story statement, right? And during that story statement, it attaches you to your business because there's something about you that makes you do what you're doing. You know, it's either something that's in your DNA, it's something that's close to you from a family member. So normally people start a business based off of something close to them, and that being in your dream like this, and you wanting to become this designer that you are like this, your story statement is part of your business and like this, and I love that. I love hearing that and love seeing that from entrepreneurs out there. So in the bigger scheme of things, okay, uh, and we say this to everyone, and those out there are watching, they might say, well, what makes Miraculous Creations better than, I don't know, Charles Fry Creations? You know, what is it that you're going to offer the customer, the public, different than what Charles Fry's going to offer?
Uniqueness. My whole goal is to bring a different perspective, not have anything that you'll see in like Walmart or Target. It's Miraculous Creations. Nothing's the same.
Wow, I love that. I love that. What is your what do you say your target audience is? Who normally are the ones who are shopping or buying from Miraculous?
I say teenagers and millennials.
Teenagers and millennials. Okay. All right. Y'all heard that right there, millennials. Y'all heard what's going on. All right. So we got a question out here. We got one from Miss Pamela. She's saying, who were your initial investors? Where did you get the seed money to start your business? Oh, good question.
My mom.
Your mom.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
so mom fucked it over. Well, I tell you what, you cannot beat a mom nowadays for a starting capital. I tell you what, I love that answer. I love that answer. Like this, hey, grandkids, kids, don't come to me for no starting capital. I'm not as easy going as her mom is. You gonna grind for that. You're gonna work. I got some floors back there that need to be shined. I got some tables that need to be cleaned. I got some glass needs to be cleaned. You're gonna work for that capital if you come to me. But hey, that is awesome. I love that. I love that. Was it a lot for you to get started?
I think at first I started to get a little, I would say, I'm not gonna say I felt like giving up, but I was a little scared because I didn't know anything. When I say I would ask for help and I would be told something totally different than what I needed, I learned from YouTube. I sat at my computer at night and I looked up how to do such and such until I figured out how to do it.
Wow. Wow. So I got to ask this question. I'm sure a lot of our viewers out there wonder. I'm assuming you are like this straight A honor roll student who never misses school. Teachers call on you for everything like this. All the other kids are mad at you because you're like the teacher's pet. You know, what is your school like? What is your school environment like for you?
Well, actually, I'm a high school senior. I started high school at the age of 13.
Get out, man. Hey, we done with this interview, y'all, because She's sitting here making me look crazy. All the rest of us starting high school at the right age, and she's starting high school early. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I started high school at 13 and I started my business at 13. So my freshman year of high school was my first year of Miraculous Creations. So juggling school and business, it was a little hard at first. But now that I'll say older, I am finished with all of my classes. So I do not have any classes. So this year is strictly internship and Miraculous Creations.
Well, I tell you what, can I adopt you? I ain't got no daughters. I got a whole bunch of sons, right? And I need a daughter like you. And if I imagine I had a daughter, this is what she would be like. She would be like that. She would be a chip off the old block. They say if you feed them long enough, they'll look like you, right? Tell your mom, all I need is a good 6 months to start feeding you, and you could be mine. Hey, we got another question out here from one of the viewers. It says, Piers, do you find that you inspire them to start businesses? What advice do you give them, and how do you motivate their at your age? How do you motivate them at your age?
A lot of the times I give them advice from my perspective. So I tell them that it's not always easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, the experience is not the same for everybody. Everybody's experience of owning a business is different. And you just have to enjoy the ride. And if your parents necessarily don't support you, you are your support. God is your support. And if you have those two people, then you're going to make it.
You know what? I need to call this young lady's mama, because I don't think she is the age that she is saying. Somebody done lied to us. There's no way this is a teenager. I feel like I'm sitting beside a 32-year-old who's doing a business and giving out good advice and telling people what they need to do and how they need to do it. That is awesome. I mean, that is just awesome. I love that. Talking about peers, did you ever find yourself, as you're working your business and your girlfriends and your friends saying, hey, we're going down to the skating ring, and you say, well, I can't right now because I'm working on some garments for a fashion show, or say, hey, we're going to this party, and you're like, well, I can't right now because I got to prepare for this. Did you find yourself in those positions, and what was that like?
I actually did, and a lot of the times, at first, I would try to beat myself up about it and say, well, you need to try to make time for your friends or whatever. But I came to the conclusion that if your friends don't accept that you're working towards a goal, then they're not meant to be your friends.
A lot of things that I tell all of our entrepreneurs who are starting out: nobody is going to understand what you're doing other than another entrepreneur. Right. So those hours that you're putting in working while you're not going, to the parties, while you're not going skating and you're not going swimming at the pool during the summertime, and you're putting in that work, they're not going to understand that. And they're always going to try to, say, put that foolishness away, come out here and play, but you have an understanding. And that's why it's always so important to reach out to those who understand what you're doing, to get that advice, to get that support, to let them know where you're stuck at so that they can help you. Because those who don't do what we do, let me tell you, they will try to bring you down to the ground. They will do it like this. And peer pressure is hard. And for you to be able to deal with the peer pressure at such a young age, I commend you on that. There isn't too many people out there who can do that like this. I was one of those ones who was able to shun off peer pressure. I tell everybody all the time when they say, well, Charles, if you don't do this, I'm going to have to leave. I'm like, I don't give in to peer pressure, right? Like this. And I tell them that all the time. It says here, another question from Ms. Thompson says, do you ever have downtime for yourself? Wow. How important is that?
I do. I wouldn't say much because I actually work. I've been working since 13 as well. So I've been working for 4 years.
Man, I can't. She gonna make me cry, y'all. She gonna make me cry. Doggone, you work too?
Yes, sir.
I'm calling your mama. You coming home with me. This is my daughter. I knew I had a daughter. Folks, I've been saying for almost 30 years, I know I got a daughter somewhere out there in this world who thinks like me, who wants to work like me, who's a chip off the old block like me. Boy, I tell you what, work too. You're running a business, you work, you're going to school. What is it that you don't do?
Sleep.
So it's so funny we talk about that, and I wanted to give you some pointers and stuff. So one of the things that we're doing through our HBCU initiative class, we have Miss Jenna Peterson, who is the founder of Hustle Healthier, which is part of 57 North Hampton. And in that class, we're doing a mental health portion for entrepreneurs and so that they can last through their journey. And one of the important things that we talked about is sleep. Right. It is important that you do get your rest as an entrepreneur. It's important that you do drink your water as an entrepreneur, because that helps with brain function and helps keep you alert during the times that you're doing your business and you're trying to put things together. So I do caution you about that. You know, don't always get so involved where people always, you always hear those old sayings, sleep's for the weak. I'll sleep when I'm dead and gone. No, I don't believe that. You need to get some rest. You know, you need to get some rest as entrepreneurs, and even I sometimes need to get rest as well, because we're always working. Because we know what it takes. We know we got to be on that grind. We know we got to be out there making things happen. Because why? If you don't, who will, right? So that's the reason why we're doing it. But at the same time, take time for self-care. Yes, that's going to be so important. Self-care, self-care, self-care. Have an advocate speak for you, somebody who's on your team that says, hey, Miraculous, you know you've been at it for the last 8 hours. Take a break, walk outside, walk around the block. Have someone be that advocate. Don't always be so involved where you lose sight of yourself. Okay? Yes, self-care is very important. Hey, I tell you what. Hey, those who are out there watching, again, please take time to share this. Let others know what's going on. Let the people know that if you got somebody who's able to start a business as a young age, they can do it. We have another question out here from Miss Williams. More or less a statement. Miss Williams is saying, congratulations, Miracle. We're proud of you. Is that someone that you know? You know Miss Renetta Williams?
She is. She's actually a troop leader in the Girl Scout troop on Party.
You're part of the Girl Scout troop too?
I am for 13 years.
Oh my goodness. Hey, this young lady is going to go places. I've never seen someone this young who is so active in doing things and running her own business, got a job, gone to school, part of the Girl Scouts. She is doing it all. She is going places. This is someone you all need to be looking out for. This is someone you all, the young kids who are watching this, give her a call. Ask her how did she did it? How did she get to this point? Because I'm telling you, this is awesome. This is awesome. In fact, I think Miss Williams put up again. She says, "Girl Scouts for life, huh?" Hey, I hear you. Girl Scouts for life. If you are producing miracles in your troop, I'm signing my grandkids up. I'm signing them up tonight. Give me your phone number. Give me the troop number. Give me the email. Whatever it takes, I'm putting them in there. If you are producing miracles in your troop, this is awesome. I love it. I love it.
And the funny thing is, I'm actually now in my mom's troop.
This is off the chain. I love this. I love this. Miracle, I appreciate you coming in, spending time with us. Looks like we have another question before we go. We got another question, and it says, what are your plans for the future? What are you doing after graduation? That's a good question. And what do you plan to major in college? Will fashion be the future? Whoa!
I actually plan to major in elementary school education and minor in business.
Okay.
So fashion is the future as of right now, simply because Miraculous Creation is the name that I want to live on forever.
God, you are amazing. You truly are. I want to shake your hand because you are amazing. And I appreciate you coming in here tonight, sharing this time with us and talking to the viewers, those who have been watching. I appreciate all your comments, everything that you've been saying, because this young lady is going to be going places. This young lady is definitely someone who you need to be looking out for. And for all of you youngsters out there who think that you can't do it, you can do it. you can do it. She is a living testimony to it. You heard her in the beginning. You heard her little pitch. You heard the confidence in her voice. So if she can do it, I know you guys can do it as well. Okay. So as always, remember, your yesterday is not your today, and your today is not your tomorrow. Good night.